roses are red, violets are blue, but what if we're just friends? That's certainly not how the poem goes, but maybe it should be.
Valentine's Day can be a little bit of a stressful day if you're not in a serious committed relationship. What if you just started dating someone in January? What if you wanted to send flowers to a good friend, but you're afraid you might send the wrong message? Well, of course, there is only one source that we would ever go to. She's here with us this afternoon, our own gardening expert, Ginny Rosenkrantz with the University of Maryland Extension. Thank you so much for stopping in today.
Yeah,
Sure.
thank you.
And I think you said this is the first time that we're not talking to Ginny about soil, sun, sand, or water.
Water or anything like that.
Real-
Fertilizer.
Fertilizer.
And I almost feel naked because I don't have any flowers in front of me. So, okay.
So we're talking about the language of flowers.
Yeah. See, back in the day when people didn't have like their video games on their TV or their phone or anything like that, people spent a lot more time reading and kind of deciding how things were.
Okay.
And somebody came up with the idea of every flower should have a meaning, which is kind of fun.
The flower. See,
The
I knew about
flower.
the colors.
The colors, yeah. We all know that red roses mean love, right?
Oh,
Yellow is
absolutely.
friend, pink is passion, all that. But I didn't know there were individual stories for the flowers.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, like for instance, crocuses, and I love crocuses because they're just out right now. They're so beautiful. They mean youthful gladness. Okay, who knew? Who knew? If you have an oak, that means hospitality. If you have junipers, if you give like a little bit of juniper, that means protection. So there's all kinds of things you could have. Flowers, hibiscus, it's a delicate beauty. I love that. Snowdrops, hope. Spiderwort, which is cool because it has a one-day bloom, temporary happiness.
Temporary.
Oh,
happiness.
temporary
Yes,
happiness.
yes. So you got to
Okay.
grab your happiness while you have. While it's in bloom, enjoy it.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Could you plant like a whole pot of different flowers and mean a lot of things?
Oh, you certainly could. You certainly could. But the thing is, what if you go to all that trouble, you put it all together, and then you give it as a friend, and you give it to a friend, and you say, here. And they have no
have no
idea.
clue. They have
no
They're just
idea.
like, what pretty flowers.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Well, and that is how most people are. So, so when you think about it, it was almost like a secret code back in the day when people were doing that. So like, for instance, I couldn't say, here is a red tulip and just give it to you.
Right.
Everybody would say, oh, did she just declare love for Jimmy Hoppa? No, it was just red tulip.
It was a red tulip.
You're red tulip.
So, I mean, like it was fraught in those days, if you had to figure out what you were going to say. And nowadays people just say, oh, it's a pretty flower.
Thank you for talking the language of flowers to us.
fascinating.
Yeah, that is fascinating.
It's always fun.
Yeah, it's always fun having you. Thank you,
It is.
Jenny.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.